I draw. I am an image maker. I tried to bring about a worthy facsimile of what has come into my awareness. These emissaries from the natural world loom in before me and ask to be regarded. I transfigure them in my own way. That's the final goal, but at least I magnify them. I begin here. Over 40 years ago, I was on a Benedictine monastery in southeast Wisconsin working in the print shop. I knew I wanted to magnify the tiny things that I had found in the surrounding property. And the first thing I think I drew was a cup. And then I drew a spoon. Then I drew the door handle. Then I drew a coat hook. I drew my shoes. And I began to draw the things around me. And that's when the walnut happened. I heard the whine of a tractor raking, and I could smell the camphor of black walnut hulls. And I looked in amazement at all the inner convolutions. And all of a sudden, one of them looked back at me. It kind of looked like a skull, like a death's head, but it looked embryonic too. It was a flip between birth and death. It stood out. I was compelled to draw that one walnut. And I had to title it, I Begin Here. Four years after I came to the Abbey, the abbot called me to his office and he said, I want you out of here. Because the monks were coming to me. He said, what have you become, the confessor, the spiritual director of this monastery? For sure, you are more a monk than most of my men. You're like a hermit here. But I want you out. Get out of here. So I went back to Minnesota. I called back up to the woods, and the family had just rented this big farmhouse. It was like a rackety-packety, bungling band, the Jensen family, on Mishawaka Road. The bedroom that was empty upstairs was the front one to the south. It became my place of work. It was my bone room. I was able to live rurally there. I was in the rhythm of the natural, and I would slip away and go rambling, bone hunting. And I brought back the things, and nobody bugged me. The family was all supportive. I could bring anything.
Grain truck.
I decided I was going to put one object on one sheet of paper. I was just drawing. I picked up a pencil and I drew, and I drew, and I drew. So Minnesota, the Northwoods, from 1970 to 1987, that's where things got really hopping. In that time that I called my burning years.
Weather today, highs are only expected to be 10 to 5 below. It's going to get cold again tonight, way down in the 20 below range. Get above zero tomorrow, mostly sunny skies today. I'm Scott Hall. Joining me for our Wild Things conversation today is Jenren Jensen. Hi.
Hi, Scott.
And Jenren is becoming known as the Bone Man. How did you get interested in bones, and how did they become such an important subject for your work?
I came to it by osmosis. There was a photosynthetic rightness that prepared me as a child, going out into nature on uneven ground, to encounter the remains of creatures that had died.